Expo for my being professionals. So today's topic is about big data and AI. Every one of us have heard a lot of words for big data and AI, and they are creating a revolution in the IT industry. Now it's time to know from the experts that how big data and AI is transforming business intelligence. We'll start with Abhi sir on advising us on how in the voice telephony network, how big data is helping their business and how it can impact the IT industry's future.
Thanks for the introduction, and good evening everybody. I see a lot of interested faces around here. So big data and data as such is more like a buzzword nowadays, okay, and it's something which is there and everybody is, whosoever is even talking AI, they are getting millions of dollars for funding. But at the same time, if you do not use AI properly, you must be seeing what is happening to Paytm nowadays, right? So you can lose your millions of dollars also, right? So, AI is good, but then provided you have proper governance around it and you can use AI and big data to your own information in the best possible way. In communication, so okay, at Multicom, for example, what we are doing is we are a complete communication suite for contact centers, for general communication, for integrating social media, video conferencing and stuff. Now, there has always been a problem. So for example, let's take a case of a classical contact center. When the contact centers are there, you have lots of people, agents, who are answering calls. If you look at it, every agent has a cost. It's the human cost which is there, cost associated with it. Many of the times what happens is somebody is calling out and he reaches a voicemail or he reaches a fax store or somebody is not there, still that agent's line is busy. So if you look at normal contact centers who are using these sort of normal old technologies, the 20 to 30% of the time goes waste because you do not get connected to people. Now, when you use AI around it, you can actually reduce almost 80% of what an agent does, because basic things like, for example, correcting the name, details, having some specific questions answered in the particular field of business, all those things can actually be gathered by AI. And AI can also suggest, various answers and ways on how they can address things. And then an agent comes in only for the time when something which is not or out of the ordinary. So therefore, when you're saving so much of time, you're also reducing your cost. And machine learning, as the system learns and becomes more intelligent, that 70% becomes 80%, 90% of what the system does as compared to what a physical person is doing. That's one. Second, now even with things like heuristic techniques where they can listen to, or you see the tone in which the person is talking, you can actually do things like sentiment analysis. Whether the person who's calling, imagine you call 100 policemen, right? And the system can tell you whether that person is really in an emergency or it's a hoax call. So if it's an emergency, it will transfer to an actual police maybe at the top of the call as an emergency. If it is somebody who's asking for information, it will take it to the end of the queue. These are things which AI assists in your everyday life. And I think, and when you collect all this data, this huge data becomes part of big data, which gives you the opportunity of analyzing all this and then developing patterns of, what is the reporting that you get out of it. So you can see that when you are putting money behind making a system, what is the actual ROI you are getting as versus what you perceive to be getting. So I think that's some of the points which are there from a communication standpoint, which I think we are using day in, day out, which assesses.
I think Sir really well explained how big data is formed and how it is related to the voice telephony network. I would like to call upon Ashim Bhasin sir, the CEO and founder director of Being Professionals, and with his experience, a lot of years of experience in the industry, how do you think big data and AI is transform the business industry, since you have a lot of experience? You have seen the past, now you're seeing the future of the IT industry. So what are your thoughts on it, sir, big data and AI?
Thank the opportunity. So he rightly explained, am I audible? Right? So yeah, as he rightly explained, applications of AI definitely is there. So we are involved in digital transformation of our customers for over 30 years now. And digital transformation actually has been happening over from a person who bought a first PC 30 years back, was also doing a digital transformation. And today, if he's going to use for AI a high GPU based device, it's basically a digital transformation. They are upgrading themselves, buying new technologies, moving across. So the change always comes for a good, although there are always hesitations. But we've had technologies coming where we are earlier always afraid of. but we humans are only making it. So there is no problem. People always say, AI is good for future or not. So definitely we've seen a lot of things in the past that we humans are only controlling ultimately. So there is no concern I see on that aspect. Today, what I see the change is happening like we saw internet age starting from 2000. That is the kind of next generation shift is going to come in the AI today in a day-to-day lives of our humans as such. Because it's actually going to transform each of yours day-to-day life, day-to-day working, besides the business applications obviously in healthcare sectors, fintech, getting to all that. But in our day-to-day life, you can improve our efficiency to a greater extent. So AI is basically improving the efficiency. So you can always improve your efficiency by 30 to 40%. Even by, we all know, I think all of us are using ChatGPT. Now it's basically, what it is doing is helping you save your time, You have tools today available like we are doing for Microsoft partners. We are Microsoft partners. So there's a product called Copilot, somebody has heard about it. So what Copilot does it's nothing else but it's sitting on top of all its applications and just making it more effective for you. So for an example, I think for this audience, a very simple example I'll tell you, you have a PDF of 40 pages and you need to create a PPT in 2 hours and give it to somebody in the management or on a school. You just tell there are tools today available. Just have to give a command. You make a 5-page PPT out of this, summarize it, and it will do it in 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and create a PPT with using all the relevant images, pictures, videos to the subject topic. So these are kind of powerful things which are today happening and they're going to change your day-to-day life. And the only way to keep you, up to date in this industry is that you should keep yourself updated with the technology. So AI is one thing I suggest everyone to get used to it as early as possible. If you want to compete in your personal life. Start with this.
Very well explained, sir. I think all of us do use ChatGPT. I personally do use ChatGPT myself. We have Mohammed Izhar, sir, from Securite. I think one question that has arisen a lot after the AI advancement is that with the advancements of AI, how do you think it has affected the cybersecurity space? I mean, the deep fakes and everything, and the ransomware attacks, I think they have propelled to a greater heights. Now, those people also have the power of AI alongside them. So, how do you think it has affected the cybersecurity space, sir?
So, data and AI. So, basically, what is the data and how it's important for us and for everyone. So, data is basically, we can say, it's a raw facts and figures which come information when it's come in a informative manner. So, डेटा जो है ये किसी के लिए इंफॉर्मेशन कब बन सकता है, ये कैसे यूज में आ सकता है और आपके लिए ये आपका डेटा किसी और के लिए थ्रेट बन सकता है या आपका जो स्टोर किया हुआ डेटा है वो किसी और के लिए कैसे बेनिफिशियल हो सकता है, राइट? सो नाउडेज वी हैव ऑल हैव फोन्स, notebooks, emails and many other storage devices where we are storing our personal data and any other data like email addresses, credit card number, PAN card number, Aadhaar and everything. And we are also sharing on a openly. Like अगर आपने किसी लोन में अप्लाई किया अभी, तो they will ask you about your PAN card, KYC data and any other data, and you just shared it on the WhatsApp and everywhere. And it will be processed through AI, as correctly said by the both of seniors. So it's already there. Their AI engines are there where your data will be processed by a very corrective manner where the data should be stored, and every data, how is data is important for every enterprises, right? So आपका जो डेटा आपने किसी भी कंपनी में शेयर किया है या फिर आपने स्टोर किया है या कोई और आपका डेटा स्टोर कर रहा है, उसकी क्या सिक्योरिटीज हैं? सो अभी अगस्त के अंदर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया हैज come up with a bill of DPDP, Data Protection and Data Privacy Bill, जहाँ पे इंडिया में खासकर जो हमारा डेटा है वो बिल्कुल भी सिक्योर्ड नहीं है, खासकर हमारा पर्सनल डेटा, उसकी सिक्योरिटी के लिए देयर इज ए लॉ कम्स अप, एंड वहाँ पे उस लॉ के में जितने भी हमारे बड़े एंटरप्राइजेस हैं या जितने भी बड़े ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं जो आपका डेटा स्टोर करते हैं, दे हैव टू मेक ए कंप्लायंस कि आपका डेटा जो है वो सिक्योरली स्टोर्ड है और वो शेयरेबल नहीं है। अभी फॉर एग्जांपल आपने किसी बैंक में लोन के लिए अप्लाई किया, आफ्टर 2 or 3 days you will getting a calls from another bank, you need a loan और आपको लोन चाहिए क्या, फिर आप उससे केवाईसी बिल पूछेंगे तो मे बी इट्स नॉट ए बिग सरप्राइज, हो गया नहीं आया अभी और पैन नंबर ऑलरेडी, उसके पास वो आपका पैन नंबर कहाँ से गया, उसके पास आपका आधार नंबर भी है, he knows every your financial information। So इन सब की डेटा सिक्योरिटी के लिए there is a law comes up, and उस लॉ में हमें जितना भी डेटा स्टोरेज का कंप्लायंस है उसको मैनेज करना रहेगा, एंड AI and other engines will be must be there to manage that compliance। आपका आधार नंबर, पैन नंबर, क्रेडिट कार्ड नंबर, फोन नंबर, ईमेल एड्रेस, इट मस्ट बी सिक्योर्ड विद एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, राइट? एंड ऑन द रिक्वेस्ट दे शुड बी डिलीट फ्रॉम देयर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन डेटाबेस लाइक GDPR। तो आपका जो डेटा है वो आपकी रिक्वेस्ट पे, आपने अगर कहीं लोन के लिए अप्लाई किया या आपने किसी और फोन नंबर के लिए अप्लाई किया तो आपकी रिक्वेस्ट पे वो डेटा वहां से रिमूव होना चाहिए। अगर वो डेटा आपका कहीं मिसयूज होता है तो यू विल बी डेफिनेटली विक्टिम ऑफ ए साइबर अटैक, क्योंकि जितने भी आपके व्हाट्सएप पे या फिर आपका ईमेल्स के ऊपर जितने भी आपको ईमेल्स आते हैं लाइक लॉटरी के मेल्स और मैसेजेस आते हैं, वो आपके डेटा लीकेज के ऊपर है, राइट? तो ये सब चीजें जो है इम्पैक्ट करेगी हमारे बिग डेटा पे, कि आपका डेटाबेस जितना बड़ा होता जाएगा हमें उतनी डेटा सिक्योरिटी की जरूरत पड़ेगी। दैट्स व्हाई हमारी गवर्नमेंट ने भी इसके लिए इनिशिएटिव लिया है और दे आर इंट्रोड्यूस विद द DPDP बिल, जो 2017 से जो है इसकी तैयारी चल रही थी। नाउ इट्स कम अप विद द फर्स्ट ड्राफ्ट और नेक्स्ट गवर्नमेंट साइकिल के अंदर ऑफ कोर्स ये इंप्लीमेंट होगा, और जितने भी बैंक्स हैं, NBFCs हैं और बाकी जितनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो पर्सनल डेटा स्टोर करते हैं, उनको AI ड्रिवन टूल्स यूज करने रहेंगे आपके बिग डेटा को मैनेज करने के लिए।
I think so very well explained. You said that AI को काउंटर करना है तो AI प्रिंसिपल काउंटर कर सकते हैं, और DPDP एक्ट और GPDR जो एक्ट्स आ रहे हैं वो अपने को बिल्कुल हेल्प करेंगे डेटा को संभालने में। देव कुमार सर, मेरा सवाल अगला आपसे है कि आप कैसे देखते हैं बिग डेटा और AI को, जो बिजनेसेस हैं इनको कैसे अफेक्ट कर रहा है और कैसे स्मार्ट बना रहे हैं?
मैं ट्राई करता हूँ बिल्कुल सिंपल वर्ड्स में एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ कैसे हम बिजनेसेस को ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन में या यूजिंग AI कैसे हेल्प करता है। न्यूरॉन रिसर्च बेस्ड कंपनी है जो कि टेलीकॉम के लिए R&D रिसर्च का काम करती है, एंड वी डू लॉट ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट फॉर द गवर्नमेंट एंड कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर फॉर R&D एंड रिसर्च बेस्ड। सो मैं एक सिंपल लेमैन में अगर बोलूँ तो इंटरकॉम सिस्टम हम सारे लोगों के ऑफिसर में इट में बी अ स्मॉल कंपनी और द लार्ज वन कंपनी। एक बेसिक एग्जांपल है कि लेट्स सपोज यू कॉल्ड 5 पीपल एंड दे माइट बी दे आंसर्ड और नॉट। आफ्टर सम टाइम जब वो रिटर्न कॉल आपको करेंगे देन वेयर दैट कॉल शुड गो, बाय डिफॉल्ट इट गोज टू रिसेप्शन और सम हाईवे, and when calls comes to reception actually receptionists don't know किसने कॉल किया, right? So this is the basic thing जहाँ पे कि AI टेलीकॉम सेक्टर में एक slightly value addition transformation के लिए ऐड कर रहा है using all the call logics and bypassing all the parameters। अगर आपने कॉल किया है, सामने वाले ने रिटर्न कॉल किया, AI will match and deliver to the accurate person who dialed actually that call. It's a small example. Similar way, how Neuron help other organizations, उसके मैं कुछ एक examples रखना चाहूँगा. So just assume in northeast areas जहाँ पे कि roads नहीं है, connectivities बहुत limited हैं, mobile towers भी limited हैं, वहाँ पे ICMR को या other किसी institutions को, we did a project with the ICMR, जो breast cancer के patients होते हैं, उनका every time, every week में feedbacks लेना होता है. And it's not possible कि उनके पास जाकर के पेपर वर्क को हम करें और आकर के सबमिट करें. It will take a month. So just हमने क्या किया, एक सिर्फ AI का ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन किया, टेलीकॉम का वैल्यू एडिशन किया, उनसे रियल टाइम में हमारे पास 15-20 मिनट्स के लिए डेटा आया. द सेम टाइम हमारे सिस्टम ने उसको उस पार्टिकुलर डेटा को एंड नेम को कन्वर्ट किया यूजिंग द TTS, टेक्स्ट टू स्पीच, एंड कॉल ओरिजिनेट करके उस पेशेंट तक पहुंचाया गया थ्रू द मोबाइल. नाउ आफ्टर आंसर करने के बाद सिस्टम उनसे क्वेश्चन आंसर कर रहा है. देयर इज नो ह्यूमन. आपका हेल्थ कैसा है, आपने दवाई ली नहीं ली, कोई और प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है, एंड जो भी रिप्लाई आ रहा है इट्स रिकॉर्डेड है. After recording, in real time, data submitted to the ICMR server, and ICMR server deleted all the data, including our device and software. हमारे डिवाइस में कोई भी नहीं, क्योंकि डेटा ब्रीच एक पैरामीटर है और इस टाइप के केसेस के लिए हाई रिस्क है, क्योंकि हर पेशेंट का आइडेंटिटी मैटर करता है. So this is one use case. Another use case I can share right now. We are working on it, and few others we have delivered. Like हम सारे लोग जानते हैं कि जब क्रिमिनल्स या टेररिस्ट होते हैं तो उनके फोन्स को ATS, STF टैप करते हैं, रिकॉर्ड करते हैं, लाइव सुनते हैं और उसके रिकॉर्डिंग को भी स्टोर रखा जाता है. तो न्यूरॉन ने लगभग 200 सर्वर्स इंडिया में डिप्लॉय किए हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड इंटरसेप्टर, एंड हम उन सारे कॉल्स को रिकॉर्ड करते हैं, रियल टाइम अलर्ट एनालिसिस देते हैं. So that project was for last 2 years, and now we are adding AI to the same project. अभी का रियलिस्टिक चैलेंज क्या है पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट या अदर किसी भी डिपार्टमेंट का जो कि ये इस टाइप के एक्टिविटीज को मॉनिटर कर रहा है. एवरी डे दे रिसीव 5,000 10,000 कॉल्स एंड लिमिटेड स्टाफ है, 2 या 4 लोग हैं. रियल टाइम कितने कॉल्स को वो मॉनिटर कर सकते हैं? 5, 10, इसके आगे कैपेसिटी नहीं है वहाँ. एंड रेस्ट ऑफ 95 कॉल्स जो है वो सिर्फ रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है, उसको सुनने में उनको 10 साल लगे. दिस इज ह्यूज डेटा, और उनको एग्जैक्टली नहीं पता कि किस कॉल पे कब क्या बात हुआ था, उसको कैसे एनालाइज किया जाए. देयर इज नो मैटर. देन अगेन वी सेड विद देम, रिक्वायरमेंट को एनालाइज किया, हमें समझ में आया कि हम यहाँ पे वैल्यू एडिशन कर सकते हैं. देन वी आर स्टार्टेड डेवलपिंग ASR, ऑटोमेटिक स्पीच रिकॉग्निशन, एंड नाउ जो सिस्टम उनको डिलीवर होने वाला माइट बी इन नेक्स्ट 1 year, यू विल सी दे आर इक्विप्ड विद ऑल दीस फीचर्स. सो एक्यूरेटली हमने हथियार का यूज किया, बम का यूज किया, कितने कॉलर्स ने कितनी बार किस कॉल के किस पर्टिकुलर सेकंड से किस पर्टिकुलर सेकंड तक यूज किया है, इट्स एनालाइज. एंड नॉट ओनली द एनालाइज, ट्रिगर. जयपुर के इस लोकेशन से कॉल था BTS का, ये इसने हथियार का यूज किया था, इमीडिएटली ट्रिगर टू नियर बाय पुलिस स्टेशन और ATS टीम. दे नो एक्चुअली वो कॉल ओरिजिनेट करने वाला, कम्युनिकेशन करने वाला कहाँ. So this is the way AI is helping transformation of government agencies our day by day life. इसके अलावा n number of projects हैं जहाँ पे कि हम help कर रहे हैं corporates को या other departments को. Like basic example of AI. आपके organization में 10 लोग हैं, they all are talking to the people. हम चाहते हैं उन सबका common voice हो. So it's again a ASR mechanism. सबके वॉइस टोन को पिच को मैच किया और उसके अकॉर्डिंग डिलीवर किया. सो देयर आर n number of possibilities, n number of scenarios, and lot of government agencies, corporates, they are adopting, and सबसे ज्यादा चांसेस है ये हमारे न्यू एज जो एंटरप्राइज जो एंटरप्रेन्योर्स न्यू एज हैं, उनके बेसिक्स में भी IoT, AI, big data, they everybody knows. But we need to do something better, in better approach in terms of innovation and all these things. And there is a panoply of market, huge revenue, n number of potentials, What we need to do is just think and implement. That's all. Just a small feedback for that.
Thank you, Dev Kumar sir. Very innovative solutions that you mentioned. The breast cancer for automatic speech recognition. You can just record customer patient data and get feedback and then process data automatically. And the police consumers complaints, that data obviously gets recorded, but now with your solution, maybe it gets heard as well. And you talked about new age entrepreneurs. We have a new age entrepreneur with us, Supan Goel, who's the co-founder of Biza. So let us know, hear from him how big data and AI is transforming his business industry.
Thank you, Vinesh, and pleasure to be here. And I think it's been very inspiring listening to all the use cases that all the other panelists also brought up. I'll maybe quickly introduce BizUp also. So BizUp is basically a B2B e-commerce platform where we are connecting wholesalers and manufacturers with retailers. आइडिया इज कि आज की डेट में अगर हम माने एज कंज्यूमर हमें अगर कुछ ऑर्डर करना है हम अमेजोन पे जाके आराम से ऑर्डर कर लेते हैं खाना ऑर्डर करना है जोमेटो से कर लेते हैं बट B2B साइड में देखें तो अभी भी there are agents involved, physical visits involved. अभी भी वो experience change नहीं हुआ है जितना हो सकता है. So our idea is to make B2B as easy as say an Amazon or Zomato. And we started 2 years back. Like Nish said, we are young. But we have around 3 lakh business users on our platform. Idea is कि अगले 5-6 साल में इंडिया के all SMEs, which is around 60 million SMEs, they're all using our platform for finding other businesses and interacting with them. Now, I think the advantage for us when we started, because we started recently, is कि हमने तो AI first ही सब कुछ सोचा, right? Because हमारा तो day one से था कि अब AI है, and we know the problem. How do we use AI from day one to actually solve it? And it is actually the last 2 years have been very exciting because AI has also evolved. It is like जो पहले Moore's law होता था कि जैसे टेक्नोलॉजी 2x होती है every year, वो I think AI में तो और ज़्यादा exponential growth है, right? And that has helped us also grow that much faster. So I'll talk about a few use cases, right? जैसे I think आपने बात करी कि तो अगर मैं मार्केट प्लेस की बात करूँ तो हम गारमेंट सेक्टर में स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं. आप मान लीजिए जैसे जयपुर में होलसेल मार्केट है, विल बी अराउंड 15-20,000 मैन्युफैक्चरर्स एंड सेलर्स. इन सबका कैटलॉग होता है. इनका कैटलॉग होगा 1000 कैटलॉग इमेजेस हर मंथ आएंगी और रिफ्रेश होती रहती हैं. नाउ फॉर एनीवन टू फाइंड समथिंग, जैसे मेरे को मैं कोई साड़ी ढूंढ रहा हूँ ऑफ पर्टिकुलर टाइप, it is very difficult, right, physically or digitally to find the right seller and the right product. Using AI, what we are doing is we are actually digitizing this data, organizing this data, where AI helps us not only get the data in one place, but also tag it and then explain to the system ताकि अगर कोई ढूंढ रहा है तो उसको वो आराम से मिल जाए. So basically it's a recognition system which understands the user requirement and then accordingly recommends कि अच्छा this is the right seller or this is the right product for you. Right. And like these recommendation engines अगर आप देखें पहले मतलब YouTube, Instagram, TikTok इन सब के recommendation engine famous हैं. इनको बनाने में बहुत टाइम लगा है, बहुत स्केल लगा है, बहुत engineering power लगी है. What AI has done is that even starting from a small scale, even starting with smaller data points, you are able to get there much faster. Right. Another use case I'll say कि देखिए हमारे users हैं generally in smaller towns, tier 2, tier 3 cities. सब अपनी वर्नाकुलर लैंग्वेज में बात करते हैं. मार्केट प्लेस का काम होता है कि आपके बीच का इंटरेक्शन इजी करना, राइट? तो मान लीजिए देयर इज अ सेलर इन सूरत हु इज सेलिंग हिज प्रोडक्ट्स एंड उसके बायर तो अभी वो लिमिटेड है थोड़ा लैंग्वेज से कि कहाँ वो बेच पाता है, एक्सेस से. अभी what we are doing for this, for example, this Surat seller is that like what these guys do is that they make videos to talk about themselves, right? उसमें मान लीजिए हिंदी में वीडियो बनाई, that gets automatically translated and dubbed in say Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, and dubbed, like not only translated but actually human-like voice कि जहाँ जो सामने recipient है, he is not able to understand, really differentiate that much कि अच्छा ये AI generated है या human generated है. He can look at the products. If he likes something, then he can start chatting with this seller. By the way, that chat is also AI trained. So what it does is कि लोग की आदत है WhatsApp पे बात करते हैं. हमारा तो इंडिया में सब चीज WhatsApp पे चलता है. हमारा WhatsApp पे चलता है जहाँ मान लीजिए तेलुगु जो बायर ने कुछ पूछा प्राइस क्या है in his language, that gets automatically translated into Hindi for the seller. He responds in Hindi and that gets translated there, right? So making this interaction easier and seamless is something that AI is helping us do. So there are many other use cases, but I think what has been powerful is to say that even for a company like us, which is serving small town people and tier 2, tier 3 people, in fact ये सारे users, हमारे 3 लाख user already AI use कर रहे हैं without really knowing कि उन्होंने AI use कर रहे हैं. तो day in day out वो bot से बात कर रहे हैं, bot वाले video देख रहे हैं, track कर रहे हैं. So I think possibilities are endless, and we are just getting started. So it's very exciting times to be building something.
I think one question that has been always attached with AI is, will AI take human jobs? So transform business intelligence is good, but as Supan said, AI does things faster. So I have to open the question to all the panelists and who prefers to answer this and explain this to our audience. There's this fear in the market that AI will take human jobs. But there's also this buzz that there will be new jobs are created. Can you mention industry or experiences, or what is your thoughts on this, that will AI take jobs in your specific industry, sir?
So if we look at it, I would say it has both a positive and a negative. Definitely jobs, mundane jobs, regular jobs, or call center agents के job शायद जाएंगे. But then वही फिर upscale होके, they will be doing much more advanced services and stuff where they will train themselves to do better things. And that is something which is going to come. Also, सबसे important चीज़ है कि the horizon expands in the way of thinking, right? So, for example, when we talk of AI, I'll give you a small example. We are working on something in Mexico. Mexico में most of the interior population only knows Spanish. They don't know English. Mexico में and Mexico labor is cheap. Most of the US का जो भी contact center है, जो भी काम होता है, वो सब Mexico रहता है. So these people, want to speak with the Mexican people because the cost difference is so much. So now using AI and auto translation, real time में जो भी कोई इंग्लिश में कुछ बोलता है, दूसरे पर्सन को मैक्सिकन सुनाई देता है, और मैक्सिकन में वो जो रिप्लाई करता है, उसको एज नॉर्मल लैंग्वेज में उसको इंग्लिश सुनाई देता है. So this whole thing has brought in a huge new labor force which could not have been used before. So imagine वो जो मैक्सिकन्स अभी कॉल सेंटर में काम कर रहे हैं, वो पहले फार्मर थे. Farmer has been upgraded to a contact center. And that has been possible only because of it. So when the jobs will be lost, but I think the general human development will become much more faster and much more, clearer as we go forward. The panelists.
Yes, Basim sir.
Yeah, I have a little contrary point of view on this. Although certain sectors could get impacted a little bit, what he said, so that is right, only certain sectors. But in general, what you will see is that if you are able to improve the efficiency of a person by 30%, instead of losing a job, you will not recruit more people. You will train your own people to become more efficient and get the work done out. So you're not losing jobs. Usually, in general, you will not find organizations losing jobs. What you would like to do is to make them more efficient. So this is an example we have been using in our organization also. The efficiency which you have seen last couple of years, visible where it was. Our lesser team has been able to give better results by using the tools only, by using this AI. This is the basic thing which we see in the future is only, I think it's a myth, it's a temporary thing which people think because jobs are getting lost for a different reason, frankly speaking. It's not because of AI only. AI, yes, companies are not recruiting more people because they have a leverage of 30% now to utilize the existing force and they have delayed the further recruitments. That doesn't mean you're losing a business in the market. But the market is also very controlled at this moment. That's the reason some industries are losing jobs. So in turn, it's going to be an efficient thing. It's going to improve our human capacity, capability. We're going to get more efficient. We're going to do more things out of it. So you all will listen to the words of AI. If you go a little deeper, it is actually generative AI which is being used. What you were explaining very nicely. So basically, you train your computer to behave like a human, generate things like what a human does. So you are making them as your tool today. You are using a phone today so easily, you can do a lot of things. 15 years back, we had such big Expo, we had pages. So technology moves, that's fine, but you become more efficient today. Somebody was asking me, because we are in this industry for 30 years, I met somebody from APC. So he said, I'm new in APC. So I said, I think I have been interacting with APC, let me check my data, who are other people person, Y person. Yes, sir, I was reporting to him 5 years back, I was reporting to him 10 years back, he's now moved to Canada, he's that guy. So I have already my database here. So AI is going to make it next level now. It's going to just say something, who is he? And you'll probably see, you've got vision things coming up, I want to see something. So it's actually going to help you only, actually speaking. So I don't think, what I tell, I was taking an interview today in the morning on a graduate guy had come to me. What do you do here? Do you know about AI? He said, no, sir. Then looking for a job, you have to make yourself efficient first, yeah. Go and learn. You don't need today. What do you need to learn? Sir, course करना है. क्यों course करना है? क्या YouTube में free available है? क्या time नहीं है? सर जहाँ मैं job कर रहा था वो सुबह शाम 10 घंटे पे 10 घंटे, बाकी 14 घंटे क्या करते हो? 6 घंटे सो लेते हो, 2 घंटे दिन में निकाल सकते हो self learning के लिए. Blame करते हो आप लोगों को कि job नहीं मिलेगा. That is not the right approach actually. We all need to understand, educate ourselves and make ourselves more efficient. That's the only way. Otherwise, इसको काम नहीं करना तो कोई नहीं करेगा. That's my point of view.
That's a nice point of view, sir. AI is not taking jobs, but yeah, correct. I think we have Yogesh Arora in our audience, who is the data and AI lead at BM Infotech, and he'd like to share his thoughts.
Yeah, thanks everyone. I now want to extend sir's view on that how data and AI going to increase our efficiency. We are into BI kind of thing for last 15 years now. We have done a project where it's been a thermal power plant and daily progress report has been made through our BI tool. Now every day in the morning, plant head has to see that data and the reports, and then he guide your coal in charge about this, and our boiler department head about this, and about our for example, specific oil person who is doing maintenance management system. So what we have done is we have built a machine learning model. We know by the idea of working in thermal power plant, now we know that what scenario in this particular data insists that individual person who is basically the plant head to say our coal department to do this. So what we have done is we have built a machine learning model which is now doing conclusion on their DPR. So that way the meeting goes for 1 year initially, but after that implementation of that machine learning model, it automatically gives alongside the dashboard, alongside that it provides you certain insights also. The coal में ऐसा हुआ, boiler में ये काम नहीं किया, इसकी efficiency ऐसी हो रही है. That meeting eventually will start including 10 to 15 minutes rather than going for 1 hour. So AI and data, it is because we have a lot of data, it has pattern also, and we as a human also have a certain AI inbuilt in our mind. So that has a limited capacity. So what AI, basically these all are the implementation of AI, machine learning, deep learning. It is giving us that facility to enhance our productivity basically. So it is saving our time so that we can spend time to some other productive things altogether. So only one thing that I would like to ask is that sir has given the example that machine learning model or AI model will be suitable fit on certain security aspects. You also said that we are also using AI to WhatsApp kind of thing. He also given us, and he's given us a very good example. I would like to ask how you see that building ML model is difficult, or what are the challenges that you are facing building ML model? Of course, it is not a cakewalk at all. Building a machine learning model for his job would be a difficult task to do. What are the difficulties you are facing during the building phase? Of course, once it is done, you can feel proud on it. That this is the announcement that we have done. We have saved security aspects and all that. But what are the challenges that you face building these kind of models? That would like to ask.
Basically, the realistic challenge is the right resource, the right manpower, the brain who will build this AI. And this is one of the challenges. Rest all things are very easy in terms of commercials or marketing or sales. But building first the resource who can build the AI. This is the most challenging task because there are only few institutions they offer training for this part, and the colleges and university they only have one chapter. This is the AI and health with 2 pages of description. But exactly how it works, how to write the code, how to train them, how to implement them. These all things are lacking right now in our education system. That needs to be improved. Then we will get the right resource. And the thing we are doing in a 2-year time span, maybe after a few years after this education or training, we will be able to do in 2 or 3 months.
One more solution of this is available these days. You know GPT. GPT is a large language model, and on that model, Chat GPT is been built. Similarly, there are platforms available which help you to build that model. They are also underwritten using generative AI models. So I had a session today at 12. So that session has explained the industry know the problem and industry know what outcome I want. Instead of spending time on this particular area where you're getting resource, learn Python resource and what should be the algorithm they should use, what is the accuracy. There are 5 platforms available from IBM, from Google, from Amazon, which help you to build machine learning models. So you must look at that also. That way.
That was a difference.
Right, you are absolutely right, sir. But for the education system or training the basic level of students or the employees, it's good to have the chat GPT or this kind of learning system. But when you are developing the thing that is not available in the market, that's a new level of course that chat GPT done. You need to think
So,
right
you're
and
absolutely right.
this is the
Actually, I
accurate
have
one.
also
I'm
agreed with
correlated
you.
with his example here, which he mentioned in his explanation, that they are a new company 2 years. So this is a difference when you find a legacy company versus a new company startup. They will have this advantage what you're saying, because they will have the ready tools and they will use them only and quickly come on board. Now companies which are already into the industry, they have the mindset of developing certain expertise solutions in a certain manner that cannot be just switched over to a new technology. That is a challenge he is trying to explain, and that is a solution which you find in new startups and new technology. So that game will always go on.
But I'll add something to this. I actually have a slightly different viewpoint to this. I know you spoke about how you need smart people to do it. I think in many ways AI is actually leveling the field, right? I'll tell you how, right? So like I think you gave a very good example of how a Mexican farmer who have never got that job now he can do that. Even for us, right? तो आपको वो feed बनाने के लिए I would have had to hire a data science guy जिसको कम से कम double PhD maths की कहीं बाहर की यूनिवर्सिटी वाला चाहिए था. अब हम लोग भी नहीं कर सकते हैं hire. But now what is possible is कि जो ये skill वाला part है, which is the actual hard skill of like writing the ML model, for example, or like if you are an engineer then writing the code, or I would say even if you are an artist and like you know how to paint well, one apart AI and Gen AI is making it easier for everyone. So therefore, even if you are someone who's you still need, like you said that basic intelligence and entrepreneurship and learning ability. But if you are that, but you somehow because of whatever reason you have not managed to get that access to कि दो double PhD हो जाए या maths में आपने कुछ बहुत कर दिया, still you can use now these models to maybe still build similar solutions.
Partly what he's trying to say is actually our education system has to, quickly respond to these changes required, because even to that level you need to train.
Yeah.
The education system needs still to change. Because that is the reason that when the demand is high and you don't have people, the problem for them is everybody is going to be higher. Because लोग कम हैं जो the education system इतना change नहीं होगा ना. That's what he's saying, to educate to that level is important. I was giving example today morning, a graduate doesn't even know what is a chat GPT, what is it, right? Now, you do what
Sir, I'll add to this. One thing which is also happening is AI coming in, what you said correctly, things are becoming much more affordable. Today, for example, your technology with 2 double PhD
tools to
They are also
build a
generative,
different,
AI
to build a different kinds of AI systems.
No, let me make more clear to this is, now, building machine learning model is not AI at all. Not AI. It's one tiny part of total AI. Similarly, machine learning, there is a deep learning, there is a computer vision, there is a lot of other things involved. And the one which Sir said is also one part of AI, one part of, it's not AI at all. So, if I want to have a recognition system in a telecom, it's just speech to text to speech is one part of AI. It's not complete AI at all. What we are talking about is one segment of AI, which is generative AI, can help you building model related to computer vision.
Definitely, they can help you, but to use that tool, we need a niche manpower.
At least.
Right.
But like not like
Yeah.
What is happening actually, what is saying, see, if you are taking suppose 2 days to build a code, let us get technical. You can do it in 2 hours now with AI, that's what AI is only doing. It is not doing anything new. The same guy, he has once to write that code and make it public, and next guy can get that from GPT database in a click of a button. That's what AI is doing. So it is going to change like that actually. So
मैं
you go to
example आ रहा
Exactly.
हूँ. So just see, हम स्पीच को रिकॉग्नाइज कर रहे हैं, बट स्पीच को रिकॉग्नाइज करने के साथ मुझे इमोशन को भी रिकॉग्नाइज करना है. पर्सन इज सैड और हैप्पी और क्राइंग. तो ये इमोशन को जो डिटेक्शन लेना है, उसके लिए कोई चैट जीपीटी मेरे को कोड नहीं लिख करके देगा.
That's required quite intelligence thing on human.
So there
Yeah,
is
and where we need the smart people, the smart brain.
Yes.
So write this thing. One is done, then other tools, GPT and others है, उसमें वो available मिल जाएंगे. कहीं पे भी इंटरनेट
Correct.
पर
First time चला जाएगा.
that will get available.
उसके बाद सब
And then it comes to adoption of AI. जहाँ पे हम उसको use कर रहे हैं, और
ChatGPT, to open a ChatGPT is very easy. The website is open. Now what to do?
But then what, I would say that now what is happening is previously we have to reinvent the wheel 100 times. Now आपने एक बार किसी ने भी कर दिया, that has become a database. Today आज आप ये देखो, today we are talking of, we have been to the moon, we are going to the Mars. अब Mars, अब पहले हम बोलते थे कि हम moon पे establishment बनाएंगे, अब कहते हैं हम Mars पे बनाएंगे. Now maybe ये Jupiter पे बनाना अब 3 साल कम लगेगा, क्योंकि एक बार आपको वो मिल गया, you can repeat it, and also the culmination of all the things that you are doing, we are growing in geometric progressions now. पहले we were doing 1 plus 1 plus 1, now we are doing 1 to the power of 1 to the power of n. So therefore, development will also take place at that same level.
I think all of us who are sitting here for the session have learned and heard a lot about AI today. I think I can open it to the audience. If they have any questions other for esteemed panelists, it's time to ask now.
Hello, am I audible? So, AI is good for everyone, definitely, because it is a part of the evolution of the technology. And since internet has been commodity and digital life has been last 1 decade, everyone is connected in this hyper-connected world. AI is now a new thing for many of the humans. For technical guys, it is normal, but not for most of the people living in this planet, right? So AI can be opportunity to grow, or it can be a threat for the bad minds. So it should be regulated. It should be regulated at the first place, and it should be in cycles to re-ensure that it should not do any kind of harm to the humanity.
That was the point. So that was the point I touched in the first topic itself, that we cannot see, if you want a growth, you can't control so much, right? But ultimately it is being made by humans only.
Yeah.
So we will know when to curtail what. You had nuclear technology also. There was one bombing, after that has been controlled. So the moment it crosses that limit, we will ask it to do it. So I don't see a concern out there which you are saying. It is a natural concern for everybody to think, but it is not a concern. Because we are only building the technology, we are only guiding, and the regulations will come automatically. You find DPDP coming, you find more state regulations coming. in the time. But then you can't suddenly stop, then the growth will stop. If you put too many regulations.
Yeah, it is
So
the
initially
first,
you have to
first
look at
era of
space.
AI we are
You have to look
looking
at space
into,
initially.
and it will evolve definitely for the.
But you see, you may say that deepfake is bad, right? So that is a personal intent which is bad. But if I want to, I have written a song and I want to listen that song in a Michael Jackson voice. If I just say I read this song in a Michael Jackson voice and that's done and it does it for me, it could be a deepfake, doesn't matter. I'm using it for my entertainment. So if you curtail this as a technology not to replicate anything, then nothing will happen.
Today, for example, I'll add to his point, you are having things like holograms, holographic images. Today, you can actually we could have this video conference, this panel discussion, as well with everybody of us sitting in New York, without being there, right? So that is something which is possible because, when I sell you a knife, you as the user, if you kill the person besides you, you go to jail. I am not going to jail.
So you decide you want to cut your vegetables or you want to cut somebody's hand. That is your problem.
Very well explained, thanks.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, yes.
Sir, actually, I have a question.
Press the button. Press the button.
Sir, actually, I have a question. Like Elon Musk was interviewed by the UK PM, Mr. Rishi Sunak, and Elon Musk said, like AI is destructive. If big tycoons are saying this thing, then what's the reason behind that?
Yeah, you are right. Basically, Elon Musk said that, okay, mark my word, AI can be more dangerous than you. Yeah, but it is its own, thinking or its own, opinion. It's an individual opinion. If you are using AI in a very good manner, it's a very good thing. But of course, as sir said, the weapons are developed and nuclear bomb is also developed. Everyone have knife at their home. ठीक है, तो सब लोग तो एक दूसरे का गला नहीं काट रहे, ठीक है? तो same like every thing has a good part and bad part. Okay? So on a bad part, we need some security regulations and something from the government also कि हमें उसको किस तरीके से यूज करना है, कहाँ यूज करना है, किस लेवल पे यूज करना है, जो लोग नहीं जानते नहीं समझ सकते उनको हमें किस लेवल का एआई उनके हाथ में देना है, वो सब चीजें होनी है और वो होंगी. सेम लाइक कंप्यूटर, जब कंप्यूटर इन्वॉल्व हुआ था दैट टाइम माय ग्रैंडफादर वाज सेड दैट कि उस टाइम पे बड़े सारे लोगों ने कहा था कि साहब ये जॉब्स खत्म कर देगा और ये सब ये हो जाएंगे, बड़े सारे वहाँ पे उस टाइम पे कई प्रोटेस्ट भी किए थे, बट क्या हुआ, जॉब खत्म हुए. But same.
Actually, adding two more things to his question. The guy who said this is the most, I think he's getting one of the most funding on AI.
Yes, exactly.
And
Most
he
funding
lost
for
most
this.
of the money.
So
how is using AI?
the ChatGPT is by Elon Musk. Yes.
See, this is the best way to market, by the way. I think this is the best way to market. See कि भाई
उसका आपको साइबर ट्रक याद है? साइबर ट्रक याद है, वो टूट गया था एलन मस्क का. एलन मस्क ने जो साइबर ट्रक के ऊपर एक तो बोला, वो बेसिकली प्लान था और वो टूटना ही था, क्योंकि उसको जो साइबर ट्रक क्रैश आ रहा था उसका जो ओपनिंग था उसको वो यूज करना था. इट वाज द मार्केट. सो ये सब मार्केटिंग है. डोंट वरी अबाउट इट.
One more thing, sir. As earlier you talked about the means losing jobs means because of AI. So I want to ask one thing, like we are graphic designers or 3D modelers or 3D artists, you can say. Okay, तो सर हम इतना अच्छा काम करते हैं ग्राफिक डिजाइन में, 3D मॉडलिंग में, कुछ AI सब जो ऐसे डेवलप हो गए हैं, तो वो एक कमांड पे मतलब पूरा डिजाइन बना रहे हैं, उसका क्या सर? जो बाकी के जो
अच्छी बात है. You should learn it, invest in it. This is the right time.
Yes sir.
Because that is going to happen. And you are the best person because you are in this field. You know the design best. You see actually how generative AI works. It's basically also prompt based. So the precise prompt you will give it कि मुझे ऐसा चाहिए वैसा ही चीज बन के आएगा. अगर मेरे को फ्लैट बनाना है मैं इतना ही बोल पाऊंगा, ज्यादा नहीं बोल पाऊंगा। आप उस लाइन में हो, आप बोलोगे मुझे इतने इंच के बाद ये चाहिए, इतने इंच में ये चाहिए, ऐसा चाहिए, मुझे ऐसा डिजाइन बना के दो। आपके थॉट प्रोसेस है परफेक्ट चीज, जो काम आप 15 दिन आगे करते हैं ना, तो आप उसको 15 घंटे में करके दे दोगे आप, पर ये आपकी कैपेबिलिटी के ऊपर है। So use technology for your benefit. This is the only message for everybody. Let's not run away from it. There is no answer to it. आप जो देख रहे हो, आपकी तरह कोई बैठा हुआ उस पर काम कर रहा है और वो उसको फास्ट पे क्या रहा है, आप भी उसका पार्ट बन जाओ।
So actually, I am also using it, but only this was a question, this was a doubt only.
Work little harder. Work little harder.
Yes, because I want to add something here. जब कंप्यूटर इंट्रोड्यूस हुए उससे पहले डिजाइन आपके जो आपसे पहले डिजाइन करते वो हाथ से करते थे,
हाँ,
राइट? जब कंप्यूटर आया देन वो भी आपकी तरह सोचते होंगे कि अब कंप्यूटर आ गया, अभी तो फटाफट को रोल्डरों से लाइन खींचते हैं और ये बना लेते हैं, प्रिंट निकाल लेते हैं, ठीक है? बट दे यूज एज ए टूल, so you can also use AI as a tool, right?
तुम्हारी जॉब नहीं जाएगी, तुम्हें तो लगेगी।
yes sir.
Those were there already. They have to think for it. मुझे अडॉप्ट करना है कि नहीं करना है। But those who didn't have the job at this point of time, they can utilize AI to get the job.
Absolutely sir. Absolutely.
I think thank you everyone for attending this session, and I have one more audience in the question, so please.
So my question is that sir mentioned in his speech कि farmer जो है वो AI सीखकर कॉल सेंटर में जॉब करेगा, एंड कॉल सेंटर वाले कंपनी में चले जाएंगे, तो फार्मिंग कौन करेगा?
AI करेगा, वो AI करेगा। आज आप फार्मिंग की बात करते हैं, आज मॉडर्न फार्मिंग में they are using drones, they are using all sorts of equipment which is there.
सर ने ऐसा कुछ कहा नहीं। They two different example you mixed it.
But it's a good question. It's a good question. I will answer in a specific reply. In a specific example. How AI works in a farming. Have you heard about IoT devices today? Have you heard about IoT? So,
बट हम उन पे लाइक पूरा डिपेंड तो नहीं हो
हो
सकते।
सकते हैं। काफी 80% हो जाएंगे, 20% नहीं हो गया। 80% फ्री है आप। जो काम 10 लोग करते थे वो 2 लोग कर लेंगे। अब बाकी 8 तो फ्री हो गए ना। वो ये काम कर सकते हैं।
बाकी 8 जो फ्री हो गए,
He's not saying 100% will move from farming to there.
वो पॉसिबली आज जितने आप फार्मिंग आप जहाँ पे कर रहे हो, यू कैन एक्चुअली ब्रिंग मोर लैंड अंडर फार्मिंग, बिकॉज नाउ आपके पास जो 8 लोग फ्री है, वो ऐड करके वो 10x जगह और मोर एफिशिएंटली फार्म कर सकते हैं। आज आपका पर हेक्टेयर यील्ड लेट्स से 10 है, अब एआई यूज करके वो पर हेक्टेयर यील्ड आपका 400 हो जाएगा।
एग्जाम्पल ये भी, जैसे एक फैमिली में नेक्स्ट जनरेशन आती है, तो अब वो फार्मिंग में क्या होता है, या तो वही काम करो या फिर कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं है तो ढूंढो जाके जाओ। What is saying, if you have opportunity easy now, so other members of the family can do other jobs now. It could be a call center job or anything. It is an example only. There are lots of opportunities which are coming up now, so they can automate the things at the farming level. And there are a lot of companies, startups also working on this technology. So if you are into a little bit of IT technology, there are a lot of technology development. Edge computing is one word which is coming, which you should know about if you are talking about cloud computing. So there are a lot of technology things which will help you understand how things work. The IoT device need to have a device servers near to physical location, then that moves to cloud. So these kind of things are making things very, very easy for things to develop at a high performance requirements also and quick response.
मैं आपको एक स्पेसिफिक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ। अभी आई थिंक परसों आई वाज रीडिंग सम मेडिकल जर्नल। कोविड का जो एंटीडोट आया, उसको आने में हमें सबको पता है 1 साल लग गया ऑलमोस्ट बिफोर इट केम। With the present rate at where AI and generative AI models are, it could have actually saved 9 months. ये सेम चीज 3 महीने में निकल सकता है। आज की डेट में there is technology जो आप ट्यूमर्स होते हैं, डिफरेंट चीजें होती हैं, उसको फोटोग्राफ करके 5 मिनट के ऊपर वो क्या वेरिएशन करता है, आपको वो प्रेडिक्ट कर देता है कि आप 3 साल और 4 महीने में यहाँ पर आपको ऑपरेट करना पड़ेगा। Because at that point of time it will become critical. You are actually saving, you are making human life much easier, much better, and ideally, more productive. But then आपको ये सोचना पड़ेगा कि ये एक टूल है, इस टूल को देखकर आप अच्छा भी कर सकते हैं, खराब भी कर सकते हैं और कुछ नहीं भी कर सकते। But then you have to accept कि ये टूल आप अगर यूज नहीं कर रहे, कोई और यूज करेगा। Whosoever uses it is for the best.
आधे घंटे में हो जाता है, अगर हम लोग मिलके करेंगे तो 25 लोग मिलके दिन भर में करेंगे, दैट्स नॉट पॉइंट टू डिस्कस, है ना। जब हम लोगों को वो एनर्जी सेव करेंगे, दैट एनर्जी विल यूटिलाइज समवेयर एल्स, है ना। एंड बिलीव मी, फॉर ह्यूमन नोबडी इज गोइंग टू टेक एनीथिंग फ्रॉम अस, वी आर बिल्डिंग इट एज already conveyed, we are building for our ease, not for threatening us somehow, and we know how to kill it if it is going to threaten us, है ना। So don't worry about that.
मैं आपको एक रियलिस्टिक यूज केस बताता हूँ। यू आर राइट, यू नो रास्पबेरी पाई बनाना पड़ता। अब वो सिर्फ दो चीज़ें करें, मॉइस्चराइजर सेंसर चाहिए आपके सॉइल में, एंड वहाँ पे वाटर के लिए, ग्रो बनाने के लिए वो कंट्रोलर चाहिए। ऐड विथ योर रास्पबेरी पाई, मेक राइट सम एआई कोर्स, एंड आपको सिर्फ इतना करना है कि मॉइस्चराइजर लेवल X आता है तो मुझे पानी का सर्कुलेशन ऑन कर देना है ऑटोमेटिक। लेवल मॉइस्चराइजर मीट करता है थ्रेशोल्ड, मोटर को स्टॉप कर देता है, कर देना है। सो इट्स अ वेरी स्मॉल काइंड ऑफ एआई पार्ट जो कि आप अपने घर में भी ट्राई कर सकते हैं। एंड यूजिंग दैट टाइप ऑफ थिंग आप अपने फार्मिंग लेवल को और उसका जो कैपेसिटी है किस लेवल पे कर सकते हैं, यू थिंक एंड यू प्लान। अगेन इट्स अ ह्यूज अपॉर्चुनिटी। फार्मिंग में क्या क्या वैल्यू एडिशन डाल सकते हैं यूजिंग द एआई एंड विद द बेसिक सेंसर्स, एंड आपके कॉलेज में ये सारे सेंसर्स अवेलेबल। गो टू द लैब, ट्राई दिस।
A big thank you to all our panelists. I would request Ashish Bhasin sir to felicitate. I have one more question from the audience. This is the last question that we'll take for today. We have many questions, but as sir said, AI is an endless topic and people will always have questions and concerns. But I think we will have the last question from. Okay, so we do last two questions and that's about it for today.
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जैसे कि आज का जो टाइम है उसमें अपन गूगल पे कोई भी वॉइस डाल के, कोई भी मतलब वॉइस चैट करके कुछ भी निकाल सकते हैं, तो क्या फ्यूचर में ऐसा हो सकता है कि अपन कुछ बोले उसमें और वो प्रेजेंट हो जाए?
Already video concept is there.
No,
you say something, you say
not digital, मतलब virtually, reality में ऐसे मुझे ये चीज चाहिए और मुझे ये चीज
आपको वेट करना पड़ेगा
हॉलीवुड मूवी
so what you are saying, let us try to correlate with a current example. It can go to an extent. You have driverless cars today. How they work without a human? What you want to go from one place to other without a driver, it can automatically do. It works on a technology. Same thing Tesla, which is there. It uses same IoT, edge computing and cloud computing technology based on 5G. Again, it's one of the strong backbone requirement for a AI, IoT technology. So this can always go to next level anytime. Now, what you want something, see, computer can understand. Suppose आपको मेरे को यहाँ पे एक फ्लावर बेस रखवाना है, अब रोबोट वहाँ कोने में खड़ा हुआ है, आपकी लैंग्वेज वो समझ गया, आपने बोला मुझे यहाँ पे फ्लावर बेस रखवा दो, computer understood, you said flower base ऐसा होता है, a robot will come and put it here. Where is the beauty?
Sir, I will add to this.
It's a very basic example.
मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ। आज आप यहाँ पर बैठी हैं, ठीक है, आपने कहा as sir said कि आपको फ्लावर बेस चाहिए। गूगल ने समझा फ्लावर बेस का इमेज लिया, 3D प्रिंटर यहाँ पर है, उसने प्रिंट कर दिया, आपका फ्लावर बेस आ गया।
It's up to your imagination. See, actually, it's up to your imagination. Everything is available today. What you can imagine, see, it's otherwise also said in a general personal development thing. If you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. सुना होगा कभी आपने अगर कुछ वीडियोस सुने होंगे अपने personal motivational videos. So it may take time. Today what you are seeing could be a result of 100 years of working by human mankind, 1000 years of working. But if somebody is able to hold that message or that feeling, it will come out someday. That is how today people like Elon Musk are getting something new. You will have that happening. So आप जिसे को वोट करेंगे और अगली जनरेशन पे ले जाएंगे तो हम लोग को देखने को मिल जाएगा जब तक हम और बूढ़े होंगे क्या दिक्कत है। Just think, keep holding your thoughts.
मैं भी इसमें यही कहूँगा कि अब है कि अब आपका आइडिया है, आप इसे लेके बनाओ, आप entrepreneur हो, अब AI आ गया है तो सबको इलॉन मस्क बनने की जरूरत नहीं है बनाने के लिए, आप AI के थ्रू बना सकते हो, आप भी ट्राई करो।
I want to add on. Your thing could be true in very few years. Kind of AI is yet not built very powerful. है ना, उसमें human intelligence नहीं है, ये सब नहीं है। Google के पास जाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, you will have a robot
afraid of or how to tackle that. But by that time we'll become so powerful, intelligent, equipped with the new technology, we can handle that situation.
I'll just add 1 second on that. You know, what she said was basically a very basic thing, right? Which is actually possible today because now with, forget about the AI, complex AI stuff. Then today, for example, you have voice operated 3D printers and things like that. Let's say, oh, you just have to build a wrapper. It's like a 15 days job. That what she said would actually become a business idea. Somebody of us should take it.
So this is already, if you go back in our history, Aladdin ka chirag suna hai? So this is what you're thinking and holding that thought still, and that is why you're working on it. Somebody is holding that thought. Aladdin ka chirag hota tha aur aaj nahi to kal banne wala hai. Chinta mत करो.
Thank you so much, it was a great session. Basically, a lot of questions. I would like more suggestions for new entrepreneurs which would like to start the journey with AI. Okay, because right now I'm struggling with the use cases part, and AI itself is a huge topic, okay, technically, and how to use it. So how a new entrepreneur should take the pathway? Should I go technical or should I go rather using it? Basically, I would like to solution in the path.
So I'll just answer very shortly here. Let us for a startup, for an entrepreneur, it should be vision which is more important, your passion which should be more important, the grit that you carry is more important. It could be AI, it could be non-AI, these are tools to do it. So if you are wanting to be an entrepreneur, try to focus what you want to do, where you want to achieve, and then work towards it, you'll find the ways out. Whether AI, non-AI is not going to help you out, frankly speaking. These are all means of doing it. Entrepreneur success is dependent on them.
I think exactly like sir said that don't say कि अब एक नया solution आ गया है तो मैं इसको use करके क्या करूँ? It should be the other way around कि आपको कोई एक problem लगती है कि अच्छा ये solve होनी चाहिए. अब इसमें should I use AI? Should I use something else? That then comes. These are all tools that will be there. So you should fall in love with the problem. It could be your problem, it could be some other problem, and then say कि अच्छा इसको solve करने के लिए आपको AI कैसे लगेगा?
Reverse engineering.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone. Just one last thing. I'd like to ask Asim sir to felicitate our panelists, and I have to really thank Mohammed Idar sir for filling in the last minute for this panel session.
भाई पीछे आ जाना, पीछे पीछे आ जा भाई.
I would request all the four panelists to present this to sir.
Yeah, AI